Thank you, Russ. What's going on, Red Curve? Let me hear it. Come on, make some noise. You guys have been quiet all night. Let's go. Let's go. I know we can get louder than that. Let's act like we won the lottery. Let's go. Come on. We got to practice. We're going to bring the energy up. That's right. All right. And we can split it about 100 different ways so nobody's going to work Monday. When I was 18, I joined the only military branch ever formed inside of a bar, the Marine Corps. Turns out it was also the largest cult ever to be assembled inside of a bar, too. I joined because I was wanting to make some life changes. I wanted to establish a solid foundation for me to grow off of as an adult, and I did. I just wish somebody would have told me those foundation blocks were going to be built out of anger management issues, the inability to tolerate people with no common sense for the rest of my life, and have to sit and listen to people like Paintball or Airsoft Dude tell me why they almost joined the military. It's real. It's real. I'm a Midwest guy, born and raised in southern Indiana, live here in Avon. And, I like the Midwestern values. I like that you don't see those sometimes as you go to the East or West Coast. One of them that I like is just how, in tune we all are with everybody else's, emotions. Kind of like when you see a funeral procession drive by the road. You kind of pull over to the side and you turn your hazard lights on. That's just our way of showing that we're thinking about the family. I tend to overdo things. So the other day when a very small funeral procession went by, I think it was 3 cars. It was sad. I did what probably half of us in here would do. I joined it. Just out here doing God's work. Followed him right into the cemetery. And I got to tell you, if I'm perfectly honest, that was probably, that ceremony was probably in the top 10 that I'd already been to this month, sir. And I knew it was going to be good when I saw the, guy that was going to produce the show. He brings a lot of energy. And then he also brings the bird box. Talk about birds and moth comes flying in. You guys were about 3 seconds late. Where were you? But they have the bird races. And if you've been there before, you can bet on them. Some of you guys are looking at me with a little bit of concern. Hold on. Dove releases? Bird races. So the ceremony is over. I'm down $20. And I thought I would go pay my final respects to the widow, and I found her as I was walking over. There was somebody that had a fresh bouquet laid at their gravesite. They didn't need it. They didn't even know it was there. So I grab it, and they were pretty, and they matched what she was wearing. So I handed them to her, and I kind of gave her a hug, and when I drew her in, I could feel her shaking. Trembling. And as our eyes locked, I knew that me being there that day made it truly an unforgettable moment for her. And that's exactly what I told the police officer as they put me in the back of the car. He's late again. My wife and I just came back from New York. I went there for the Stand Up for Heroes, the 17th annual Stand Up for Heroes for the Bob Woodruff Foundation. And I told her, I know we've watched a lot of Law and Order, honey, but when we get to New York, we're going to have to figure out a way to defend ourselves if something goes down. Because we're going to the subway, and you never know. Anytime I stepped down in the subway, I heard bong bong, like the beginning of Law and Order. So that kept me I was on high alert. Anyway, so let's say you're walking down the street in New York City Midwestern, you don't know where you're going. I can assure you of that because I just spent 4 days of not knowing where I'm going. And somebody's eyeing you. Sir, what are you going to do? Yeah, well, you might want to take some notes because I think I've got this figured out. So if somebody's eyeing you, you got to stare them down, maintain eye contact. Everybody has a butter knife and a fork in their pocket. You will if you've been to New York. And so they're eyeing you down, you stare right at them. And you repeat these words. These are very important. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this meal that you're about to provide, and run right at them. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but man, they're going to talk about you for years and years to come. Am I right? Thank you. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that's show, folks. That's show. Hey, you don't want to hear me anymore. Let me bring up the people you guys came here to see. This guy that I'm getting ready to bring out. He absolutely won my heart over during the 6-week class. At first, he was very standoffish, and then we went to an open mic, and I could see his head spinning, trying to get up the nerve and go up there. And at the very last minute, he goes, "Hey, is it too late to?" Are we good? That moth, man, I'm telling you, he buzzed you. All right, I was trying to be sentimental and everything. What do you screw stuff up? No, I'm just kidding.